Hello and welcome. In his memoirs, Starbucks executive chairman Howard Schultz wrote, and I quote, "The more uninspiring your origins, the more likely you are to use your imagination and invent worlds where everything seems possible." Like Schultz, Nigeria's Eleganza Group chairman, Chief Razak Okoya, came from uninspiring origins, and he never grows tired of telling the story of his humble beginnings and how he turned a small trading outfit into one of the biggest homegrown conglomerates in Nigeria today, with 6 factories and products which are household names in Nigeria and in neighboring African countries. The son of a tailor who also started out as one, Chief Okoya's rags to riches stories remind us that through determination, grit, and that little bit of luck, anyone can overcome their circumstances and achieve extraordinary success. Under Chief Okoya's chairmanship, the Eleganza Group produces a wide range of household goods and utensils, including cutlery, food warmers, ice chests, electric fans, cosmetics, ballpoint pen, and I'm told the list keeps growing. The company is said to employ about 5,000 people, including those working in its RAO Property Investment Company. Chief Razak Okoya joins me on View from the Top today, and we'll be looking at the future of manufacturing and celebrate the values that made him a key player in the manufacturing sector. And here is a brief biography of my guest before we settle down to our conversation. Companies like yours have to compete with products coming from China, for example. How difficult is that?
Today is very, very difficult because China, they have government backing, they have everything. They are lighting this and that. But we, the environment is not yet there. One of my factory, 35-hectare factory at free zone area, no light. No light. We have to work on generator nearly 24 hours. Not only that, we also have to provide staff accommodation. Because most of the staff, they came all the way from Ikeja, Ikodu, etc. But that area looks lucrative because we understand seaport is coming there, the airport is coming there, free zone, very attractive area. That's why we set the factory there. But today, we have to provide 24 hours electricity on our own. It's very expensive. And to compete, it's not possible. Because we have to pay so much for diesel, generating repair, and we keep on buying any generator will work for you 24 hours for nearly hardly 3 years.
You have to replace it.
So we have to. How can we then compete with China? And China, they have free zone. They bring everything down here. Challenge is not. It's very difficult.
We witnessed the rise of manufacturing up to a point where it contributed nearly 13% of GDP, and its fall to today's place of no more than 3% of GDP. To reinvent manufacturing, what factors do we need to look at to make doing business easier for people like you? And what can we learn from the China experience, for example, because they're very good at manufacturing apparently?
Look, we have a lot of unemployment here. There are those with 2, 3, 4 certificate. This is good. Not all of us want to go strictly academician, lawyer, doctor. Of course, we are short of doctors. But the fact is, we need the basic product which we use every day. And this product, we have to provide, is the only way, apart from agriculture, is the only way that can have a meaningful, gainful employment to the people. In China, maybe after your first degree or your school certificate, you focus on what you want to do. If you want to do electronics, you are an electronics engineer. You want to do property, you specialize in property. You want to do aircraft engineer, you specialize on what you want to do. But here, it is not so. Our syllabus does not say so. We still keep on turning millions yearly, they will have no job. I pray Almighty God that our big father, they will do what is conducive for the industry. We need light. We need light. And we haven't got good staff to run the factory. We have good mechanic, we have mechanical, we have engineer, but they are not trained for the machine. Let's copy China, please. So they stop dumping what we want, what we don't want into our country. If we copy them, we'll be able to borrow money to other West African countries.
Like they are lending us money.
We borrow money to them easily, no problem. But we have enough to tap. We have enough to play with. We are blessed. Believe me honestly, we are blessed. We can't ask for more.
How can manufacturing profit from the idea of enclaves like the one that you have? And what is government doing to encourage you in this area, given that the situation can allow for the provision of the entire infrastructure required for effectiveness?
Well, I have industrial fashion. Right from the youth, I determine what I want to be. My father is a tailor and he said tailoring materials. I went to school, but my father didn't allow me much because I have to be in his shop, keep on doing tailoring, selling buttons and everything. From there I get my fashion. From there I am specialized in what I want to do in life. And I've done it very successfully. I have no regret at all. I thank him so much, and with my mother's support. So these have been helping me quite a lot. But children of nowadays, they have their own ideas.
They have their own ideas.
They have their own ideas. They hardly listen to you. They want to eat their own way, they want to eat their own, which is not really working. Some are working, but not all. Unless most of them who have got a very good children background, industrial background, they have to follow their parents to grow. But to be on your own now and start growing into the economy is not easy. I have a big problem too. So a lot of my senior boys, senior girls, they don't want to follow me. They want to be on their own, they want to do things on their own. Good luck to them. But I have passion for industry. I want to be known for industrialists. I want to be, tomorrow, my legacy is industry. So I have to keep it going.
How is government helping you, and what can government be doing if they're not doing enough at the moment?
Government is trying, but not enough, because we didn't take manufacturing seriously. Manufacturing is still being controlled by few expatriates. Believe me, there's a lot of money in it, sometimes more than oil and gas, which we are hoping for, or sometimes agriculture. On this daily need product, there's a hell of money, but we're not focusing on it. We have turned into Lebanese, Indian, and so on business. They are the ones taking most of it. But if government can encourage the youth and someone like ourselves and let them start growing from the school, like the China, they want to be in electronics, let them, after first degree, let them go on it.
Rather than being generalist.
Rather than being general, it will not help us. It will not help us. We have to start from beginning. As I do. We have to start from beginning. We have to get the basic.
Apart from our curriculum, which you rightly pointed out has to be changed, entrepreneurship is not something that, is it learned? Is it something that can be learned, or it is something that is innate in you? Are entrepreneurs made or born?
Look, as I told you, everything started from you. I started from youth. From my father tailor, I grown to know what is button. I grown to know what is zips. I'm going to start to know, oh, we are bringing this from Japan at that time. And I start to know, look, this I have to import, but still they can be made. But what we are saying is...
So you had it in you?
Yes,
you
but...
had that talent in you, because I'm sure there were other people who worked like you at the time who didn't end up as successful.
I know, but if you allow youth to start from the youth by having them a 2 rooms, a carpenter shop, a bricklayer shop, all sorts of things, and you train them. They started from little contract, from this, from that, and if government will give them money, for example, a tool maker. Sometimes I got a lot of two rooms, I employ expatriate staff, I train a lot of Nigerians. Most of them they are on their own today. So if you started them this way, by the time they finish, they are 2 rooms, shoemaker, whatever, they get soft loan from government. Then they can develop on their own.
Making the decision to take loans, for example, is an example of risk taking. And entrepreneurs are risk takers, ready to dive deep into a future of uncertainty. But not all risk takers are successful entrepreneurs. What differentiates a successful entrepreneur from the rest in terms of risks?
Well, as I've told you, when I started, the bank then you can walk in, take a soft loan, little loan to grow up yourself. The interest is not as high as today. But today, you want to go and take loan in business, you may not exist. Your factory will end up taken up by the bank. We are being helped because we have got property at a good time. And therefore, a lot of the property is being diverted to the industry. And now that the factory having difficulty with the factory, having difficulty with the property, you have to sell some of your property to back up your industry, because industry have the biggest future.
Making that kind of decision to say, you know what, I have this property, or I have my father's property, I'm going to sell it. It's also taking risk, but it has to be measured risk. It doesn't.
Don't sell it unless you know where you are putting your money. You have to be in an existing business who's providing you the money before you can take such risk.
Exit preparedness is one of the things a successful entrepreneur must have. How does one make the decision to cut one's losses when a business is not doing well? And in which businesses have you had to make this kind of painful decision?
Well, as I've told you, property and manufacturing, in my field, they are together. And today, I've told you, both are not doing too fine. So we have to sell some property to make them up. But we are very confident that in the factory is of a short period. The product will sell.
Has there been any business you've taken the decision to shut down? Has there been any factory that you thought, you know, I'm losing too much money here. I don't want to go down this path anymore. I want to do something else.
Believe me, honestly, I don't think I have any. Unless when my grown-up children are not favoring me in managing my factory at Oregon. But besides that, all my products are selling. They are daily need products. They are useful. They are selling. So I have no regret.
Let's take a quick break now. My conversation with Chief Razak Okoya continues after this time out. Please stay with us. Welcome back. How can one make the transition from a one-man business into a conglomerate like the one that you have, and learn to let go? You know, get some people to manage the business if you don't have the time or the resources or the know-how to do it? And how can one strike a balance between giving employees or family members the freedom to operate and keep while keeping an eye on that business which you have nurtured and grown?
It's a determination. You take your family member right from the word youth, you put them in it, they may not have route to escape. As I've told you today, Eleganza have the biggest hope because I'm managing it along with my last wife, Modele Okoya, who is early in the morning, before 7 she wake up, she goes straight to the factory, she come back 7 o'clock, nearly every day, fully determined, fully devoted. Without this type of spirit in you, it will be difficult to be successful.
Have you given any serious thoughts to listing any of your companies on the stock exchange?
Not at all.
Why not?
As I've earlier explained, my wife, Modele Okoya, is very devoted. She concentrates, she focuses, she has no time for anything. Hardly we went to party together. She's there she devoted all her life. And as children, we are trying to train them to take up in the same manner. And we believe strongly they will not disappoint me as the elder one have done. And if all these are in order, I believe they can keep on going with the company. Unless it fails, which I don't pray, which Almighty God will never, never let it fail. Unless it is, then the last option is the stock exchange, which I don't want to go.
You want to keep it in the family?
It's better.
I've often wondered, as you become more successful, especially when you have this level of success, you have people around you who only say yes. And you say this, they say yes. When you say this, you say yes. How do you really get the real picture of things, apart from...
Even when they say good morning,
say yes,
you have to go and look outside. It is truly morning. And that is why I'm present every day. It's something that, even in Chinese, you still find the old Chinese people in factory. And they try to pass it on to their children, to their, but you can run a public company in some way, with some item, with some products. But in a product of ours, like this business household name, it needs personal touches. And you have to be focused, you have to be determined. And that is why I'm there every day. And thank God, I've got a wife who follows the system. She can't just stay in the office, she still has to go around. By the time you come and sit down, if they come and tell you something, you know what they are telling you. But if you don't go around and you sit down in your office, they come and tell you, good morning, you have to look at the window to be sure maybe you'll not be able to pay your bank.
No matter how old you are, you just told me you're 79. No matter how old one is, we're always learning new things. What have you learned recently that you didn't know before?
Oh, today's world is computerized, electronics, and so on. So these are not available in my days. And all this can still be incorporated in what we are doing now. They can still be, but they are not available in my days. And they will help the business more.
And you're learning?
A lot. Believe me, honestly, I don't even want to bother myself to learn too much on that side. I leave it to my children.
And talking about your children, I've seen how you are with them. You just want them around you. Even before this interview started, you insisted that they sit in on it and watch you. What do you hope they have learned from you?
Oh, they must learn the way we are doing it. It's a pedigree which hold the future. They hold the future. 79 years old, I have to pass it on to them. And I don't want them to feel like they are senior one. So therefore, this time around, I hold the junior one very tight.
What are the values that you're passing on to them?
Oh, number one is the experience. Number two, they have to learn how to be focused, honest, determination, and they have to be punctual on what they are doing. Of course, our elder one is being trained in Europe, but yet he has to be local ideas. He has to follow. We take out of the factory to see what we are doing. Not, you are trained there, but that's a different level playing ground. They already have everything for them. Here we are going to build everything for ourselves. I have to know your people. So we bring her home regularly to see what we are doing and how to be done.
Some of your biggest investments are in real estate. You have properties all over Nigeria. There has been a slump in that business and in that area in recent years. Yet people say there is a housing deficit. How do you explain this? There are apartments everywhere. There are houses that are not up for let. But
this is why we sell some of my property to be put into the factory. So because in our days, property is very, very lucrative. But today, the younger one, everybody have been into it, they have rushed into it, they have almost flooded the market.
There's a glut.
Yeah, in the market. But still, we still need housing.
That's why
we still need a lot of housing.
We say we need a lot of houses, but there are apartments that are vacant all over the place.
How can the youth nowadays, how can they afford it? What is their salary? But if you train them to be mechanical, tailoring, carpentry, and so on, don't forget that a carpenter makes a lot of money now.
They're never out of...
They are more valuable than accountant. A mechanic, we value them in the factory more than an accountant because they are the one who use hands with the machine. Without them, the machine cannot work. And in China, it is this mechanical and so on who build a lot of machines and sell to all over the world. If by the grace of God we get our iron and steel industry right, or we need a brand new one, because we have been wasting time talking about the old one. Maybe a new one will help quickly, because we still need iron and steel. Coupled with our electricity being in order. Look, electricity, maybe, I don't know, I'm not in politics, I don't know. But maybe if you allow every state to generate its own electricity, have its own resources, determine for its own resources, it will know how to roll its sleeve and work hard to make it, like an individual family, how to make its own wealth. But if you are still dependent on the same pot, going to our big father in Abuja to collect our dose every month. If you
now I know on which side you are on the debate of restructuring.
But if you are made to work hard, every state has, if we develop, Nigeria will be #1 in the world of resources. We have enough resources than anywhere in the world. But we have to go and tap it. We have to be determined for it. No state hasn't got anything to sell. They have more than enough to sell.
In the course of this conversation, you've mentioned your wife, Shadi Okoya, like 3-4 times. And I see the way your face lights up when you mention her. You've been married 20 years now. It's your 20th.
20 years plus, yeah.
What did she bring into your life?
She's very helpful. I build these houses. All my Eleganza block are built by me directly. I hired the carpenter, hired them to do everything. Except the tall one, which sometimes I give to carpenter to build. But you see where we are sitting today, A to Z is made by her. I walk in, I walk out. I don't know how it's being maintained, how it's being managed. She has been a real source of power at the moment to me, both in the house and in the industry.
We wish you many more years of happiness together.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time, Chief Razak Okoya.
Thank you very much.
And we thank you for watching. Please join us next time when the program comes around. But between now and then, let's continue this conversation online.